do have to see your client for a second or third or fourth session or something like that, where's the best place to start? Well, there's no real golden rule here, but if I did have to see a client a second time, this is exactly what I do. Knowing that the first session still may be processing. That's why, again, I won't get too much into this, why I don't recommend having, 3, 4, 5 sessions in a row. You've got to allow the first session to completely die down, and processing, it's a real backwards approach to the type of therapy that we teach, as you guys would know. But let's talk about if they do have to come in for a second session, where would I start? Well, what I would do is I would not make any assumptions based on what we talked about in the first session. I want to find out, quote unquote, where they landed as a result. What's the processing been like? Has anything changed since we chatted last? And that's the pretty much question I'm going to have. I'm not going to start from scratch and say, what's the problem? Because I've done that in the first session. The second session, I'm going to change it and say, what's been happening since? Because your client might turn around and say, we know what's got, I quit smoking for like 2 weeks straight. It was all good. But it's not like the cravings have come back. It's just every now and then I feel like I want a cigarette because I'm getting really stressed out about my job. It's not as bad as it used to be, but I can feel it slowly coming back. That's the place I'm going to start. I'm not going to assume that they've become a failure because they've come back the second or the third time. Always ask your client what's happened since. What have you noticed? What has changed? What's been good? What's been bad? And this gives you perfect leverage, guys, into that second session without making any assumptions, of course.